Hey guys, back again, part 3 of the Q&A videos right now. We have been moving along well, I think, and we're going to just keep trying to knock these out. 10 minutes on the clock, let's go. Frasco Fidel, another question. How do you balance your training goals and other things in your life? It's all about priorities. It's all about setting the things that you care about up in the forefront of your life, and just deciding which of those things are the most important to you, and allocating your time correctly for that. And if something's important to you, you will make time for it, always. It's just the way that it happens. And if you're not making time for it, it probably isn't really that important to you. But I think it's really important for me personally to put my relationships with other people at the forefront always, because I can do things for myself for my entire life, but you never know when a relationship with someone, a friendship or a romantic relationship, or a relationship you have with your parents or your siblings, if you don't maintain those, then those can go away. You can always do something for yourself. You need to make sure that you keep your responsibility to other people at least in the forefront of your mind if you want to be truly happy. In my experience, that's always been the case. I find the most happiness when I pay the most attention to people I care about. Khaleef Crumbley. What protocol program would you recommend for a novice lifter who wants to get into powerlifting? It's a good question. When I was a novice lifter, I didn't run a lot of pre-made programs. I did a lot of kind of guess and check experimentation, and kind of a bodybuilding split through just things I had done. I did a lot of research while I was getting into strength sports from a young age. I was really just a sponge of information and read everything I could and found everything I could and tried to gather it. But as far as what would I say, do this. A couple of good programs that I have heard good things from, or I've had experience from with myself. 531 is a program I've actually run myself, and I really enjoyed it. It's simple, it's easy to maintain over a long period of time and track progress and continue that. I know that Brandon Lilly's The Cube has had a lot of people really respond well to it. As far as like for a novice lifter who has zero experience, I guess starting strength, I've never run that program, but that's what everyone else seems to recommend. And if you don't have the time or want to do experimentation on your own and kind of find out what works for you, that sounds like a solid place to start. I wish I had a better answer, but it's been a long time since I would be able to look back and say this is what I did when I first started. And I made a lot of mistakes, and for the first few years I didn't make a whole lot of extreme progress because I was figuring things out. But I think in the long run it's helped me because I have a better understanding of what I respond best to. Khaleef, again, do you feel that your faith in Christ has had an impact on your training or your outlook in any way? I feel like our belief systems, whether you have a religious or spiritual background or not, in a great way impact the way that you approach the world. And my personal faith has definitely shaped my outlook on life. And my father, for anybody who doesn't know, is a minister, and when I was growing up, we had deep philosophical conversations on a regular basis, and the way that I look at the world has been affected by the way that I process my own belief in my faith system. And yeah, it affects everything. I feel I would never want to impose my views or personal opinion or belief systems on anyone else. I think that anyone needs to find it on their own, through their own searching for something. But it's changed the way that I look at my life. It has built the way that I look at my life, and a lot of the way that I interpret the world is based off of how I feel about my faith. So I hope that answers your question and isn't too vague. That's not my intention. Collin Grudzien. Is there a correlation between fapping and breaking PRs? Serious, please respond. I really couldn't tell you. I have no idea if there is an actual correlation. I think that some personal experimentation would need to be instigated for that to be proven for yourself. So try not and see if your lifting gets better. That's Seems logical to me, right? Science? I don't have a solid answer for you. I wish I did. I wish I was an expert on that correlation so I could tell everyone in the world. Arief Hunter, what sheiko would you run repeatedly for some decent gains? 37. And what program do you use to edit videos, and what font? Okay, so I'm going to start with the easy one. The program that I use to edit videos, the one I'm currently using is called VideoPad, and I use the stencil font from the black screen at the beginning and end of my videos, and it's called Smashed SF for the numbers and dialogue in the videos, or the subtitles in the videos. It was a relatively cheap software. I hope to upgrade in the near future when I get some more money to be able to do that. But so far it works pretty well, and I got it a couple years ago. I don't really know much else about that. As far as the sheiko that I would run repeatedly for some decent gains, I've really only had extensive experience with the CMS programs, and those aren't the numbered ones. Those are the ones that are 4 days a week. And so I ran CMS2 on multiple occasions and have had good progress with that. And as much as I like that style of training, I'm not an expert on it, because I do so many alterations anyway that I can't really be an authority source on someone who runs the programs as written every single time and can tell you exactly what to expect from it. I'm very much about experiencing it yourself and trying it out. And if you look at the programs and you like what you see, give it a shot. And I mean, like I've said before, anything that's worth doing is worth doing for a long time, and putting effort in over that course, and that's the only way to really see if anything works anyway. So, Dallas Stoltz, what wrist and knee wraps do you use? Do you have knee sleeves on under your pants? If someone from another state wanted to come lift, would you allow that? I use Inzer wrist Z wraps, I think, for my wrists. I don't know if they're whatever. Inzer wraps for my wrist, and I have a pair of, I think they're 24-inch that I use for all my benching and my heavy squatting. Knee wraps, I currently am using the Titan Gold Standard, Gold Signature wraps. I don't know. 2.5 meter, and those made a really big difference. I was using metal silvers before, and those didn't give me much rebound on my squats. They kind of just stopped me in the hole, and I had to hip drive out. I get a lot more rebound out of the Titan wraps, and I really enjoy them. Do you have knee sleeves on? Yes. I wear Ray-Ban knee sleeves. I recently just got a new pair because my old ones I'd had for about 3 or 4 years, and they were getting pretty loose, and I wasn't getting a whole lot of support from them. And so I ordered a pair of Ray-Ban knee sleeves this Christmas. And if someone from another state wanted to come lift with me, I would request that we coordinated that a little bit first. I would rather not have a surprise visitor out of nowhere, but I have no aversion to training with people that are interested in not creepy. So if that was a thing that people wanted to do, I'd be willing to share a training session. I'm not an elitist in that sense. I would love to share a training session with someone who is also passionate about what I care about. Last question for this one. Jesse Rasmussen, best programming in terms of reps, set, weight percentages, etc. to help bring up a lagging squat, and also any advice for first-time powerlifters such as myself in regards to numbers to aim for at 165 raw. Thanks, much appreciated, man. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. I'll say this every single time someone asks me what I think are good numbers to aim for. It's all relative. Wherever you're at now, add more to that. That's what you should be aiming for. There is no standard for what, in my opinion, for what is considered impressive. If you are powerlifting, you are generally stronger than 99% of the population of the world. And there are so many people that will never ever squat 200 pounds or 300 pounds or 400 pounds. There's so many people that will never get to that point. And so just by committing to doing something like that and improving yourself, you are, in strength terms, way ahead of the rest of the population, and that is impressive to me because it takes a lot of focus and dedication to get better at something. And so that is how I would answer that. As far as programming, I mean, Smolov builds your squat, but it's not really for novice lifters. I would say 5x5s are brutal and make you stronger, and that's a good way to go. If you're asking the question, I'm going to guess that you're probably not going to identify as a high-level intermediate to a advanced powerlifter, and so I would say Look around with some other programs, vary your rep ranges. Try something like a 5-3-1 or a cube or something, and work within a couple of different rep ranges and build over time in different ways. And I think you'll find the most results from that. So that is my 10 minutes for this video, part 3. Don't know how many questions we have left, but I'm sure it's a lot, so I'm going to keep these going. Look forward to the next episode. See you soon. Bye.